Borobudur, the Buddhist mountain lost for centuries, Central Java. 1814. A British engineer hacks through jungle vines. Following local rumors of a mountain of stones with statues, his machete strikes something solid, not rock, carved stone. He clears more vegetation and freezes. Before him rises an ancient wall covered in intricate reliefs. He climbs higher, cutting away centuries of growth. Suddenly, he stands atop a structure so massive, so perfectly geometrical, that it can't be natural. He's found a pyramid in the middle of a jungle, covered by volcanic ash, abandoned for 600 years. But who built it? And why did they leave? The Sailendra Dynasty's vision, AD 780. Central Java was ruled by the Sailendra Dynasty lords of the mountain, Buddhist kings who controlled a wealthy agricultural empire. Rice paddies fed dense populations. Trade routes brought Indian culture and religion. Buddhism flourished. King Samaratunga decided to build something unprecedented, a three-dimensional mandala, not just a temple, but a walkable representation of Buddhist cosmology, a structure that would guide pilgrims from the earthly realm through levels of enlightenment to nirvana at the summit. The site chosen was perfect, a small hill overlooking the Kedu Plain, surrounded by volcanoes. The hill would become the foundation. The temple would be a mountain within mountains, a cosmic axis connecting Earth to heaven. Construction began around AD 780 and took approximately 75 years. 3 generations of Sailendras poured resources into this single monument, but who actually built it? Records are silent. We know the kings who commissioned it. We don't know the workers who died constructing it. The construction, building without mortar. Borobudur required approximately 55,000 cubic meters of stone, about 2 million blocks of volcanic andesite. Each block weighs 100 to 300 kilograms. All were quarried from riverbeds kilometers away, transported to the site, shaped precisely, and stacked without mortar or binding agent. The structure rises in 9 levels, 6 square terraces, 3 circular terraces, crowned by a central stupa. Total height, 35 meters. Base dimensions, 123 meters per side. The entire structure is built on a natural hill, but the hill was extensively modified, cut, filled, and shaped to create a stable foundation. Javanese builders used interlocking stones, each block cut to fit its neighbors through weight and friction alone. This technique requires extraordinary precision. A gap of even centimeters could cause structural failure. Workers shaped each block on site, constantly testing fit. The work was slow, meticulous, exhausting. Transporting stone from riverbeds to the site required thousands of workers. Blocks were moved on wooden rollers, pulled by teams of men. In the tropical heat and humidity, this work was brutal. No records document deaths, but construction of this scale always claimed lives. Falls from scaffolding, crushed by falling stones, exhaustion in the heat, tropical diseases. The most remarkable feature, 2,672 relief panels covering 2,500 square meters, and 504 Buddha statues. Every surface tells a story. The reliefs depict Buddhist teachings, the life of Buddha, Jotaka tales, cosmic law. They were carved after construction, meaning workers first built the structure, then spent years covering it with narrative art. Carving this detail required master artisans working for decades. Stone carvers worked in teams, sketching designs, roughing out forms, adding details, polishing surfaces. The tropical climate was merciless. Heat, humidity, monsoon rains. Workers carved in all conditions. Their tools were simple, iron chisels and wooden mallets. Their skill was extraordinary. The hidden foot, a mystery sealed in stone during construction. Builders made a critical discovery. The foundation was unstable. The hill soil couldn't support the massive weight without reinforcement. The solution was radical: encase the entire base in a stone shell. This created the hidden foot, an entire level of temple completely concealed within stone casing. This level contained 160 relief panels, depicting karmic law, causes and effects. good actions, and consequences. These carvings were completed, then deliberately buried. Why finish carvings that would be hidden? Perhaps the spiritual act of creating them mattered more than visibility. Perhaps builders hoped future generations would uncover them. Or perhaps the decision to seal them came suddenly, and already completed work was simply entombed. In 1885, a photographer managed to expose a small section of the hidden foot. The reliefs were perfectly preserved, protected by their stone prison for 1,000 years. Today, one corner remains exposed. The rest stays hidden, as it has for 1,200 years, beneath your feet. If you visit Borobudur, are carvings no one sees. Imagine the grandest Buddhist monument in the world, a man-made mountain of stone carved with tales of enlightenment. Now, imagine it vanishing, swallowed whole by the jungle, lost to memory for centuries. This is the incredible story of Borobudur. By the year 800, Borobudur was a thriving center of Buddhist learning in central Java. Pilgrims climbed its 9 terraces, reading stories carved in stone, ascending from earthly desires toward ultimate nirvana. But just a few decades later, everything changed. Around 930, the royal court abruptly moved to East Java. Powerful volcanic eruptions from nearby Mount Merapi buried the region in ash. Political turmoil fractured the kingdom, and Buddhism began to decline. Pilgrims stopped coming. Monasteries emptied. Nature, relentless in the tropics, began its slow reclamation. Vines crept up the walls, trees took root in the cracks, and rain washed away the soil, exposing the stones. Within a century, Borobudur was completely engulfed by the jungle. So thoroughly hidden, it vanished from human memory, becoming a mere legend of ancient stones. For 500 years, it was just another tree-covered hill, its magnificent secrets sleeping beneath layers of volcanic ash and earth. Then, in 1814, during a brief British rule of Java, a man named Thomas Stamford Raffles heard whispers of these hidden ruins. Intrigued, he sent a Dutch engineer, H.C. Cornelius, with 200 workers to investigate. For weeks, they hacked through dense jungle, clearing trees, and digging through compacted volcanic ash. Finally, the top of the central stupa emerged. They had found it. The discovery stunned the colonial world. How could a civilization they considered primitive create something so massive and sophisticated? Their bias blinded them to the obvious. This was a masterpiece of indigenous Javanese genius. But rediscovery came with a heavy price. The colonial powers saw Borobudur not as a sacred site, but as a treasure trove. What followed was a century of plunder. Statues were beheaded and shipped to European museums. Relief panels were chiseled out of the walls. The King of Thailand visited and was gifted 8 cartloads of artifacts, a polite term for legalized looting. Sacred Buddha heads became lawn ornaments in colonial gardens. The very soul of the temple was being carved up and sold off, its historical context lost forever. Local villagers, seeing the Europeans taking stones, understandably figured they were free for the taking, and the damage worsened. By the 1960s, the monument was on the verge of total collapse. Centuries of monsoon rains had seeped into its core, weakening the foundations and cracking the stones from within. The entire structure was waterlogged and unstable. In 1973, a monumental effort began. UNESCO and the Indonesian government launched one of the largest restoration projects in history. It was a 10-year, $50 million gamble to save a wonder of the world. The task was staggering. Over 1 million individual stones had to be carefully dismantled, numbered, cleaned, and then reassembled like the world's most complex puzzle. Engineers installed modern drainage systems to protect the temple from the tropical rains that had nearly destroyed it. The work was grueling, combining modern engineering with ancient craftsmanship, all under the tropical sun. Finally, in 1983, the project was complete. Borobudur was saved, standing stable and magnificent for the first time in 1,000 years. Today, it stands as a testament not only to the incredible skill of its original builders, but also to the global effort that brought it back from the brink of oblivion. From a lost wonder to a World Heritage icon, Borobudur's journey is a powerful story of loss, rediscovery, and the enduring power of human creation. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as amazing as I do, hit that subscribe button and join us for more journeys into our world's hidden history. The living monument today, Borobudur receives 5 million visitors annually. It's Indonesia's most visited tourist attraction and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. For Indonesians, it's a source of national pride, proof of ancient Javanese civilization's sophistication. But Borobudur faces new threats. Mass tourism erodes stone. Millions of feet wear down relief details. Hands touching carvings, smooths edges, erasing centuries-old artistry. Acid rain from industrial pollution corrodes stone surfaces. Volcanic ash from periodic eruptions blankets the monument. Climate change intensifies monsoons. Heavier rains mean more water infiltration, more erosion, more structural stress. Borobudur requires constant maintenance, a never-ending battle against nature. Conservators work year-round, cleaning, repairing, monitoring. The temple that survived 600 years of jungle burial now struggles against modern environmental damage. The monument also serves religious functions. Vesak Buddha's birthday is celebrated annually at Borobudur. Thousands of Buddhist pilgrims from across Asia walk the terraces, completing the ritual circumambulation their ancestors performed 1,200 years ago. The ancient pilgrimage path still functions, but there's tension between tourism and spirituality. Tourists treat Borobudur as photo opportunity. Pilgrims treat it as sacred space. These purposes sometimes conflict. Indonesian authorities attempt balance, limiting visitor numbers, restricting access to certain areas, promoting respectful behavior. But managing 5 million annual visitors at a fragile ancient site is nearly impossible. The unanswered mysteries: who actually built Borobudur? We know the Sailendra kings commissioned it. But who designed the intricate geometry? Who calculated the precise angles? Who carved 2,672 relief panels? Who shaped 2 million stone blocks? The laborers, artisans, engineers, and artists remain anonymous. Their names died with them. Only their work survives. Why was it abandoned so completely? Volcanic eruptions and political shifts don't fully explain it. Other Javanese temples survived royal relocations. Why did Borobudur specifically vanish from collective memory? Was it deliberately suppressed as Buddhism declined, or simply forgotten in chaos? What lies beneath? Only 5% of the site has been archaeologically excavated. The rest remains buried. Ground-penetrating radar suggests structures beneath the visible temple, possibly earlier shrines, foundation buildings, or buried artifacts. Full excavation could reveal answers, but it would also risk destabilizing the monument, so the secrets stay buried. The eternal temples stand at Borobudur's summit at dawn. Mist rises from the jungle. Mount Merapi smokes in the distance. Around you, 72 perforated stupas, each contain a Buddha statue visible through stone lattice. The geometry is perfect. The view is infinite. For a moment, you understand what the builders intended. Connection between earth and cosmos, physical structure embodying spiritual journey. Then the sun rises. Tour groups arrive. Selfie sticks emerge. The moment passes, but the temple remains. It has survived volcanic burial, jungle consumption, colonial looting, and mass tourism. It endures. Borobudur isn't just a relic. It's a living connection to a vanished world. The hands that shaped these stones died over 1,000 years ago, but their work speaks. Every relief tells a story. Every Buddha statue radiates serenity. Every stone block demonstrates precision. The workers who built this received no fame. History doesn't remember them, but they achieved immortality through their work. The temple is their monument, and as long as Borobudur stands, they remain present, anonymous, forgotten, but eternal. The jungle tried to swallow the temple. The temple survived. Now humans must decide. Will we preserve it for future generations, or will we love it to death through tourism and neglect? The Buddhist mountain was lost for 600 years. Now found, It faces new dangers, but it endures. Stone by ancient stone. Relief by sacred relief. Buddha by serene Buddha. Waiting, watching, eternal.